Here's a list of 8 TV shows I believe everyone should be watching because we'd just simply be a better society for it. Number 8, Nadiya's Time to Eat. This TV show is simply a fun-loving TV show that talks about food and family and how to enjoy it better together. She even walks you through multiple different recipes that are simply easy and fun. Luke and I have enjoyed quite a few of them, and some of them are even sub 10 minutes. I think it's just such an easy, fun-loving show. Some of the most easiest recipes I have found. And the fun-loving nature of Nadiya on the show just makes it that much more enjoyable. You can find this one on Netflix. Number 7, Queer Eye. This show deals with so many different subjects, but it's so fun-loving. And honestly, as a person with disabilities, the openness of the cast and the different subjects that they deal with throughout the show just makes me want the entire world to see it, and the fact of its diversity is just so inspiring. I love Queer Eye.
Yes. Yes.
I recently re-binged all 7 seasons, and I really look forward to the new season coming up in May. It is also a Netflix show, and if you haven't already watched it, I would highly recommend it. And if you are a Queer Eye fan, heads up, the new season's coming soon. Number 6 is Alone. It's a bit of a weird show, and it's not gonna be for everyone, but for those of you who are people of disability that may be struggling with being alone or are wondering whether or not you're having issues with it, this show might be a bit of a struggle for you, but I would encourage you to sit down and watch at least 1 season. The nice thing with this show is that there's actually a new season on Disney Plus, and there are also seasons on Prime for Amazon. So either or, you have a shot at watching the show. The real premise of this show is sending a bunch of people who are wilderness experts out into the wild alone for anywhere up to a year. They have to survive off the land. But the real thing for me here, and something that I realized after watching multiple seasons, was the simple fact of the mental side of this competition. I would highly recommend that you be careful while watching this show and really be alert and aware of your mental state. This is something that you are going to want to watch with a clear mind, and make sure that you're in the right frame of mind when watching this show. But I would recommend it if it's something that you're thinking you may be struggling with and just want a bit of perspective. Alone is just one of those shows that just gives you a bit of perspective on your own journey when it comes to being a person with disability and the concept of being alone as a human being. Number 5 is a new show. It's on Netflix as well. It's called Your Rich Life. It is a brand new show that just hit Netflix, and I binged it well in 1 sitting. Welcome to how I do TV. It's a new show talking about, well, the title doesn't really give it away, but the reality is it's a bunch of couples as they go through their different woes, through financial stability, and figuring out what truly is rich life for them. I would truly encourage you to watch this show. I know I talk about financials every so often on this channel, and if you thought this list wasn't gonna at least include one of these shows, well, you should have known better.
You didn't say the magic word.
Please!
But this is a new show. It's only 8 or so episodes long, and it follows the journey of multiple different couples having multiple different issues around financial literacy, financials, and what it means to them to have a rich life. It's really fascinating to see these couples evolve, and some of them even succeed in their rich life dreams. It is a very interesting show. I don't necessarily agree with absolutely everything he says in the show, but it is an absolute interesting show to watch. Number 4, called The Midwife. This is a BBC show, and so it is actually released in the UK originally, About 6 months later, it is re-released here in Canada on CBC. So if you have cable, you can watch it on CBC. If you don't, CBC.ca re-releases Call the Midwife here in Canada if you'd like to watch it here. Call the Midwife is one of my ultimate favorite TV shows. I have been watching it since it first started releasing. I've rewatched it multiple times. The first few seasons are by far my favorite. The show gives you just an inkling of understanding as to what it would look like to give birth in the 1950s in the UK. And just everything surrounding the medical system and midwifery and babies, and as much as I don't want children myself, the entire concept of wanting children, having children, and everything surrounding women's health and reproductive health at that era is absolutely fascinating. And I just simply can't say anything more. So if any of that seems interesting to you and you've never heard of the show Call the Midwife, I would highly, highly encourage you to check it out. New season's coming soon. Number 3 is VEEP.
Which way are you gonna vote?
The way my principles and conscience tell me to go. Which way do you think that should be?
It is a dark comedy about modern day politics, and some people have said that it's the most accurate portrayal of how it truly is to be in Washington, D.C. nowadays, and the real behind the scenes of politics. The show is absolutely fabulous. It is by far one of my favorite HBO shows, especially when it comes to comedies. And VEEP is just, it needs to be watched by all, and especially the Americans, so that they have a better understanding of how their system works, quite honestly. And so that is why it hits so high on my list, and why I truly, truly believe that everyone should watch it. Number 2 is Til Debt Do Us Part.
So when will you have enough money to keep your children at home? This is ludicrous.
This show is old. This show does no longer run. This show is original on the old TLC network. Yes, like I said, it's an oldie and it's a good one. You can find reruns probably on cable network or YouTube. Til Debt Do Us Part, you'll find full episodes on there too. It is the show that actually made me who I am. It is how I found budgeting. Gail Von Oxlade's principles truly made me understand financials and budgeting for the first time ever. I don't know who I would be without her. I even got to meet her once here in Winnipeg. I don't know how that would ever happen, but it did. I started watching it when I was 10. Quite honestly, I feel crazy saying that to the internet, but it's the truth, and I will always tell my truth. And that's why it falls in my number 2 spot, Til Debt Do Us Part. I understand it looks ridiculous. It's very old now, but the concepts haven't changed. Financials haven't changed. The numbers still work, and Gail's principles are still solid. So go check it out. If you've made it this far in the episode, I truly appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much. Please put a heart emoji down in the comments below. It would mean so much to me to know that you guys have watched this far into today's episode. While you're in the comments, let me know which one would have added to your list, or which one you like best in my list. I would love to know which one you'll be watching, or what you would have liked to see in today's list as well. Now, number 1 is Schitts Creek.
Put aside for you. And one asset the government has allowed you to retain.
The kids.
The children are dependents, Moira.
I know everyone by now should know what Schitts Creek is. It blew up yet again during the pandemic. Schitts Creek is an absolutely amazing, amazing TV show. I think it handled some amazingly large subjects so well. The father and son combination and all of the amazing actors in that show are just fascinating and amazing. But it's a show that I truly believe everyone should have to watch. And quite frankly, if you don't like it by the end, I just don't understand. But I really hope that they make a movie. At the same time, they ended that show by far one of the best show endings I have truly ever seen. And so I'm very okay if they leave it at that. It is a show that I truly believe just everyone should have to watch. And that is why it finishes this list at number 1. That is where we're gonna end today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. We will see you guys next week. And don't forget to slow your roll. Did you enjoy today's video? I hope you guys did. If you did, check this one out next.